All right, guys, thanks for being here. Hope you're all having a great morning wherever you are based, and it's a lovely morning here. I'm going to get going straight away. If people join us, that's cool. They can just catch up wherever we are. But thank you for joining me this morning. And what we're going to look at this morning is Facebook Stories, Facebook Reels, and Facebook Live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Let's let Natalie in. And then we will get going. In fact, before we get going on this, I want to share something else with you. If I can just find it. Here we go. I saw this morning on Instagram. So this is for the Rustenburg store. They are in Greystone Crossing. And I saw that Greystone Crossing had posted this really cool reel on their page for Universal Paint. You can see it here. See if I can get the sound on. So that's just a really cute example of what you can do with a reel. Just short, sweet, simple, using bits that they've got from all over. And look how cute it is. And then they just write a little blab here. So I thought I would just share that before we started so that you can get an idea of everything. Guys, we will have questions at the end. So if you've got any questions, then please in fact, maybe today, if you've got a question, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask me a question as we go along because, no, let's do it like this. When I finish stories, we'll do questions on stories. When I finish reels, we'll do questions on reels, and then Facebook Live, the same thing. All right, so to go through the notes, Facebook offers various features for users to share content, to engage with their audience, and to create community connections. And 3 of these tools are what we're looking at this morning: the stories, the reels, and the Facebook Live. Each one has a distinct purpose and caters for different user experiences. So what are stories? If you are on your phone, and I don't know if I'll be able to show you on here, but let's just try. It looks like it's blurred. But when you're on your phone, at the top of your screen, you'll see that thing that says create story, and then it says it's got other people's
Karen,
stories.
sorry to interrupt, Karen. What you're seeing right now is that original that looks like a PDF file. We're not seeing anything else. I don't know if you switched to another.
Let me stop the share just to try and show. That's right as well. You still can't see it because I see it's blurred, so I'm not sure how to show it. But if you're looking on your phone at the top and you're on Facebook, at the top of your screen, there are stories. It's like a little block that you'll see it's got the person's name. And if you click on it, then you see the story. Okay, so that's the first thing that we're going to look at today. I'm going back to the PDF because we're working through that. Let me just share. Basically, a story is a temporary post that disappears after 24 hours. So it's just something quick, short, and it disappears. So it's something that you're just going to share on the spur of the moment. It's usually a fun thing, maybe a photograph, maybe a motivational saying that you've seen somewhere and you're sharing, or maybe a very short little clip of something. And it's just for 24 hours. It's basically just to get people interested in you. Stories, the important thing are only your followers will see your stories. Okay, so if you have like a special in your store, you can post it on the stories, and it's just another place to show what you are doing. Okay, they can include photos. If we look over here, the format: photos, videos, text overlays, and stickers, and they are in a vertical, like a portrait style format. And as I said, they're only available to your friends and followers. So it's a more intimate way of sharing. the way you create a story, and I'm going to give this sheet to Nat so she can make it available to all of you. And according to your phone, it might be slightly different, but if you follow these guidelines, you will be able to create a story. So basically, you've got to go to your Facebook business page. I just used the Universal Paint one here as an example. You will, to get to that page, I think I showed you all last week or the first week how to get to that page. So if you have forgotten, you can go and have a look at that video. They should be available on YouTube.
Lauren,
Yes, Nat?
sorry to interrupt. Are you maybe able to just go onto your actual Facebook page quickly and just show them?
I can do, but it's so different on the Facebook page on the computer than it is to the phone. And in all honesty, most of you will be doing this on your phone.
Okay.
What I'm suggesting is after this, we'll do what we call a web share, screen share. And maybe we do an add-on video at the end of this. We just add it, or a second video. Just showing where it is on the phone. We can record the actual phone so everybody can actually physically see you clicking on things. Just for where to go.
Yeah, I will do that. I will do that for each of them, and we'll have them available by the end of the day. Well, I'll have it available by the end of the day. Get it to you, Nat, and then you can sort it out from there. Okay. But also, if you follow these steps, you'll be able to do it. And like I said, it might be slightly different depending on the phone you've got. But the best way to do all of these things is to play with them. And most people are terrified. You don't have to be frightened. Just follow these steps, play with it, and that's the best way to learn. Somebody wanted to say something? Okay.
Oh, Corin?
Yeah.
Sorry. You can also see who has viewed your stories.
Are you asking me or are you telling me?
No, I'm telling.
Okay, thanks, Nat, because I didn't even know that.
They know.
Okay, great. I didn't even realize that, so that's great. So once you're on your page, you will see that there's this little plus sign here, or there will be something like, this one says create reel, but some of them just say the create button. Okay. Somebody saying something? Okay, once you click on the plus or the create button, you'll see something like this will come up where it will say story, reel, or live. So obviously for this one, you're going to click on the story button. And what it does is it brings up your photo feed on your phone. Okay, so whatever you're wanting to share as a story, whether it's a video or a photograph or whatever it may be, you need to have it on your camera roll on your phone. Because once you click on story, the camera roll comes up and you will now choose what you want to use for that story. Okay. So you'll click on like where these little buttons are here, and then that will come up as your story. It will get pulled into your screen, and then you will see these things down the side here. Okay, so these are different fun elements that you can add to your story. You can look for a sticker. So if you click on stickers, a whole lot of stickers will come up. There's even a little search. So you could say happy face and find a happy face sticker. You can add text. You can add different effects. So like there might be an effect with looks like snowdrops falling or bright light, or there's all different effects. So these are all the things you have to play with. You can even draw on your story. I personally have never used that one. Here's an important one. You can add a link to your story. So you could put a link to, let's say there's a promotion at the moment. You could put a link to the promotion page on the website. You can also enhance, so it's like a very, very basic enhancement, like brightening your photo or something like that. And you can tag people. So those are all the things that you can add to your stories. Remembering they only stay for 24 hours. Okay, are there any questions on stories? before we go on to Facebook Reels. Okay, if you've got questions, we can come back at the end. So now Reel is basically, it's a short little video. They are generally, so Reels were really big on Instagram, or they still are. Reels are actually a copycat of TikTok. So TikTok took off with these short form videos, and Meta, being Meta, quickly jumped on board. And they created Reel first on Instagram, which worked so well on Instagram. I think they're probably the best performing feature on Instagram. And then Facebook decided, okay, we're jumping on board as well. A Reel can only be, it says here 3, I think that should be 30. Sorry, I'll correct that before we send it. So it's ranging from 30 to 90 seconds. And it's designed for quick engagement and entertainment. And people enjoy seeing those. And the example I showed you before we started today is a perfect example of a Reel. Last week, we looked at the Reel from, I think it was Woodmead, with the wedding dress. Beautiful example of a Reel. Okay, and those kind of things get such engagement. People just love them. They scroll stoppers. Okay, so Reels are great. You can enhance your Reels with music, filters, text, and also effects. So it's similar to stories, but better. They are also in a portrait format. So when you are doing a launch or a sale or whatever, some special store event, when you're videoing, it's always best to hold your phone portrait rather than horizontal, because a Reel works in the portrait. If you do it in the horizontal format, it's going to be a tiny little thing instead of using up the whole screen of the phone. So the great thing about Reels is that it's got a wider reach. Okay, it's not only available to your friends and followers, it is available, often it's in like an explore feature. When you are scrolling through Facebook just for fun, if you do, you'll often see that you come across Reels that you don't know these people for a bar of soap, and before you know it, you're going down a rabbit hole watching all sorts of Reels, because when you watch the one, then it shows another and another and another. So that's one of the great benefits of Reels. It's very similar, and like Ron said, we'll create videos later on to show you how to do it. But again, you're going to come into your Facebook page. This time you're going to choose the Reel. It will once again bring you to your camera feed. Now with this, you can also video a Reel straight away. You'll just go to camera here, choose the video option, and you'll video whatever it is that you're wanting to use as the Reel. Okay, then you can add music to it. You can use ready-made templates. So sometimes if you've got a whole lot of photographs, that one that I showed at the beginning from Greystone Crossing for Rustenburg, Universal Paint, that's exactly what they did. They used the template with the music. So it pulls in like a fun sort of montage or collage of things. You can also pull in ready-made videos. So when I clicked on the create the Reel, you can also enhance it with the little wand here. If you've got videos already on your Facebook page, you can pull those in, or you can use one of the templates. You will then look for music. So I usually, when I do this, a great thing with Reels is to use trending music. So you just look up what's trending. So I would write, instead of where there's search artists there, I would just put in trending, and then the trending songs would come up. Usually they pull in the trending songs in this little section here, and you just listen to a few and then choose the one that you want. Once again, you've got this section here where you can, again, add your music. You can speed it up. You can bring in effects. I have no idea what the timer does, I must be honest. And what a green screen does is if you're recording yourself, it will be blank behind you, so you can pull in a a photograph or something behind you that's a little bit more advanced. The easiest way to do a reel is this is what I generally do, is let's say I'm doing a personal reel just for fun, and I'm walking up the Koppies here. I'll take lots of like 10 or 15-second videos. Then when I create the reel, it will bring me to this part here. So I go reel, it'll bring me here, and I will choose my little short videos. I can select multiple. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. They will all come up together, and as you edit the app, as you edit the video, it will be down here. You can lengthen them or shorten them. You can split them, and it's very, very user-friendly. So I will create that on a video as well for later on with all of this as we've already described. But reels are really, really great fun and very, very popular. Then the final one is Facebook Live, which isn't used a lot, but it has quite a lot of power. The nice thing about Facebook Live is that people can respond to you in real time. The difficulty with Facebook Live is you're so busy doing your recording, whether you're recording yourself or what you're looking at, that you often don't see what people are saying, because the little messages come up on the screen as you're recording. But a Facebook Live would be perfect for something like if you've got a workshop in your store. Let's say it's a Granny Bees chalk paint workshop. Doing a Facebook Live of that would be fantastic, where you show what's happening. You can maybe even, say a few things about it. You don't have to show the entire workshop. You can do like a teaser. Another great example to use a Facebook Live would be like with Ellen's Neck recently, when they had their big relaunch. Using Facebook Live for that would have been awesome, where they could show what was happening, in real time. And it's attracting an audience online. So if we look at it here, it's real-time streaming. It allows users to broadcast live video content to their followers. Ideal for real-time engagement and interaction like store launches or workshops. Viewers can comment and react during the broadcast, creating an interactive experience that fosters community engagement. But that's, as wonderful as that is, it is quite tricky, because you're trying to do a few things at the same time. There isn't a strict limit on how long you can broadcast. And sometimes if you see a lot of engagement happening, then you'll broadcast longer. If you see it's quite quiet, you can maybe do a few shorter broadcasts. But it's also a fun thing to play with. A lot of people are nervous of it. You don't always have to show your face. You can show, like if whoever's doing the workshop, you can film them, rather than, when you're looking on your phone, you can flip the screen. So you can either have it looking at you or looking at what you're looking at. And you can do that with the live as well. It's very, very easy. You're on that same spot again, but this time you're going to choose live. And what it does is it brings up a screen like this. You must add a description here. So you would say, this is a live workshop about Granny Bees chalk paint and how to use it, something to that extent. You must choose public up here, so that it goes out onto Facebook, and anybody who happens to see it can join it. If you're very advanced, you can send a video link to a moderator, but I must be honest, I've never done that. And then all you do is you click the go live button. It will say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live. And that's it. So that is Facebook Live for you. Questions, guys? So what I'm going to do is I will send this this Word doc to Nat, and she can make it available to you guys. And then by the end of the day, I will make sure to get video recordings from my phone on how to do a story, how to do a reel, and how to do a Facebook Live. See, there's a chat.
Probably, if I can add to that just a little bit as an example. For example, like Facebook Live or just a short video, it could be a post, but live could be a situation like Corin's obviously already mentioned. Hard to get people to come on live with you if you don't have thousands of followers already. But things like, if you can see a whole lot of traffic outside and you sort of take a quick video, wow, look at the traffic outside the store today on whatever the road name is. And then you put it up, that you've gone live, and just put it up. It's just a video, yes, but it's live and that's when the traffic's happening. Or you add a school event and you're watching a game of sport. So social content, that's what people are on social media for, to be social. And they expect to see that type of content. So whether it's stories, whether it's reels, whether it's video, live or not, try and make, I'd say, as much as 90% of what you put on there is social content. It's about building relationships with the people in and around your communities. And typically people tend to want to migrate naturally to, let me show them what I've got to sell them. That's not why they're on social media. They're on social media to be social. It's important to remember that. So just a bit of thought on that, yeah. Thanks, Corin.
Thanks. And then Ron, just on that, you said even if if you don't have a lot of followers, the Facebook Live goes way beyond your followers. It just goes out onto Facebook. So I once did a Facebook Live and had people from overseas countries talking to me. Look, it was quite an interesting thing that I was doing at the time. But I had people I'd never ever heard of from overseas asking me questions and things. So
yes, I'm glad I attended this session because I never knew that. That's very interesting. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah. So and that's the same with Reels as well. So Reels stories is only for your followers, but Reels and Facebook Lives will go way beyond that reach.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I see Albertus here. Is that from Rustenburg, Albertus? Is that you? I think his mic is off. But if it is, Albertus, I think from my perspective, something like at the Crown is.
That's right.
How's it, man? Yeah, like if there's something happening in the parking lot in your area, for instance, post it, talk about it, check what's going on, the music's playing at Greystone Park, whatever, the place that you're at, or what's going on and around you. And do that as regularly as you can find time for. But it shouldn't take more than a few seconds. It's about remembering to do those things. That's how you build community. Even if you do a live thing like this, recording something happening in the parking lot, why not? You'll probably find, you'll have to get used to it, and you probably won't have many people doing it, but try it. It's about activity. It's about being social. Then you'll get the most out of your Facebook pages. I'm going to finish now. I'll stop talking after this. But agencies like ourselves can only do so much in terms of creating, let's call it generic content, to keep the page refreshed on a daily basis or 3 times a week or whatever it might be with generic content. Yes, it's happy this and so it is socially oriented, but it doesn't help grow your relationship with people in your area. That really, we can't do that. We could try, but we'll fail. Unless it's somebody happening at the store where it's relevant to the community that you're talking to, that's relevant to your store, right around your store. And then I believe you'll get the most out of your Facebook pages.
Great. Guys, I see our time is up. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. I really, really do appreciate your time. And we will see you same time next week. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.